Starting us off here, though, we are gonna have Dry Arabia as the opening match here between VortiX and B. We're gonna see Byzantines against HRE, so two very, very strong civilizations, potential S-tier material on both sides coming in here, facing off against each other. And yeah, I mean, Byzantines, notorious for just being a very strong civilization. HRE, they do have like their up and down matchups, but overall, I wouldn't say there's like any matchup that is terrible for them. And we're
And I
jumping
feel like
right
that's
in.
how both of those civs are for the most part. And like you said, jumping right in, third series of the day, but the first game between them, B versus Vortex, HRE and Byzantines. Let's see what we have in store for us.
All right, it's going to be very interesting for us to see just what kind of strategies will be coming in here. Now, early on, we probably aren't going to see too much crazy shenanigans going on. But something that could be on the menu, you never know. We've seen Pro Scouts coming in before. Could be seeing Pro Scouts again from the HRE here. Would give them a very strong economy. Good leg up against the Byzantines, but no, look at that. What's B doing here? He is starting us off on the berries with the Byzantines. So a very interesting playstyle coming in here immediately from B.
What this allows you to do is get a super quick contract if you want it. So we know B, we know he always has that kind of different play style, different gameplay. He's riskier with a lot of his builds, with a lot of his moves and choices. And, you know, maybe this is exactly one of those. He wants an early Merc contract. He wants it to pay off quick.
Yeah. And look at that. He's already placed his aqueduct for his cistern. That means as soon as the agent comes in, he doesn't have to drag the aqueduct. He can just immediately place the cistern. Doesn't even have to worry about dragging the aqueduct afterwards. So just saving himself a little bit of micro time after the age up when he wants to focus on other things. That's very smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to save yourself APM, that's APM you get to spend elsewhere. You're able to, you know, maybe catch up another way. I see Cal's message in the chat. He thinks Grand Winer on the second berries. I don't know about that. I think I'm at the point where you just go hippo if you're open up on the berries, right?
I mean, I like both ideas in general. Like thinking back when the mercenary contract got buffed to the point where it doesn't cost any olive oil anymore, we had a lot of these strategies coming out with just a very fast longbow and horseman timing, making use of the hippodrome there. But you could, in theory, definitely go for that Grand Winery play. Just gives you a lot more oil long term, but you're not immediately gonna have the cistern buffing your villagers there. So it's like a win-lose situation. It is gonna be that Imperial Hippodrome that's gonna be coming through now.
Yes, it is. And speaking of like, you know, we talked about the Grand Winery. Look at the chapel location. It's got the gold, it's got the TC, and it's got the berries too. So.
And it's got the mill on the wrong side, so the villagers aren't gonna get buffed from it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I get the idea. I know exactly what he's thinking. He's like, I don't want to take up a farm spot for my chapel. But he's failing to realize the bigger picture here. Maybe it won't matter because he's just going to be pro scouts for so long that he's not even going to take those berries, you know? He's just getting the mill for an early wheelbarrow.
I'm wondering if B did like the math for just exactly how many villagers he's going to need to have on berries throughout the entire time in order to be able to get his first mercenary batch out as soon as possible. Because mercenary costs did get increased for both the javelin throws and the longbows.
I mean, to be fair, he's at 460 olive oil already. So I think he's good to go.
It could make a difference. It could make a difference.
Doesn't he have enough for like everything after once the hippo will be finished with the next drop?
You need like 520 for longbows, I think. Like if it's Keshiks, it's fine. If it's javelins, it's fine. If it's longbows, he's gonna need potentially a little bit more. But
I think by the time hippo finishes and he's gonna be able to build it, he'll have over that amount easily.
Yeah.
So really cool build order that, you know, for some of those Byzantine enjoyers out there, you can always, you know, rewatch this game, steal one of B's interesting builds here.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's just known to innovate with, like, weird, quirky strategies that aren't typically being used in pro play.
And there is indeed pro scouts coming in from VortiX.
Interesting. I mean, with the early military mercenaries coming in from B, he could make it very hard for VortiX to get the pro scouts in.
And
Yeah,
is
B
that
now
look,
has the
can we see
resource that
the
it
exact range of the chapel? I want to see if the villagers are gonna get it
Nah,
at all.
you
with
can
the
you can
bears.
already see the
Oh my
villager.
gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even if the mill was on the other side, to be fair, it probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's a sad chapel. The villagers as well, like underneath the TC, they're not getting buffed at all right now.
Yeah, needs to reposition those over to the massive amount of sheep that he just dropped off, getting more efficient. Like these are like the little things that usually I feel like VortiX is on top of these early timing plays, and you know, it could be an extra unit or two out here in the middle points of this game.
Yeah, doesn't have any food trouble at the moment though, and now scouts are in queue, scouts moving out, pro scouts has just finished up.
And meanwhile, B is starting to move out and about with some horsemen. First contract choice is going to be
That's Keshix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Keshix. It's Hippo, so I assumed Keshix. But you never know with some crazy stuff here. You talked about the just, you know, going with the early Hippo with longbow play, which could have been a choice here. But B, he just wants to fully utilize that Hippodrome, the Triumph, the healing. And first little bit of annoyance is knocking on Vortex's doorstep. Vortex just says, all right, I'll circle it. He can't do that with Triumph.
Oh, first scout is getting found out there.
Yep. And a scout and the horseman are there to kind of annoy that scout as well. Vortex most likely going to have to drop that deer and run on home, and that also delays the next couple deer from getting picked up, or he's just not. He's getting attacked from all angles. That scout goes down.
Yeah.
Oof.
And B had pro scouts behind us. He's just taking it. He's taking it himself.
When did that happen? When did he hit
I
pro
didn't
scouts?
notice that. It came in really quickly because he had like the cistern level 2, right?
I mean, again, innovative stuff from B here. He's sitting here. He's got the map control with the horseman, at least for the time being. Vortex has his own horseman, has his own spears. He needs to drop that one, but this is still just delaying a little bit of the play here from Vortex. And actually, if it's a single spearman, B's going to take this and clear out the first early few spearmen, or at least one of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of value gained here early on. Being able to pick off just a couple of units here. Now archers as well from B.
I mean, this is such a good early push from B. He takes out the first two spearmen. He steals over one of the deer, takes out a scout. I mean, the value this early game is definitely tilting towards B right now.
Yeah, very interesting strategy. Even more interesting to see just how it exactly plays out here now. Spearmen, though, from the HRE, they're like the best civilization in the game when it comes to denying pro scouts, because their spearmen move a lot faster than your ordinary spearmen. 1.38 tiles per second in the feudal age movement speed. Yep. They can easily catch up to the scouts carrying the deer away.
Good tracking by Vortex, has a scout constantly following those units, also has his own horseman trying to deny the pro scouts from B, which drop off happens. Outpost looks like it's trying to be built on the backside of that gold, and a few of the Keshiks come back, taking the fight against the horsemen, and really good first fight too.
Yeah.
All these little things are starting to add up. Right?
Yeah. Taking less damage, dealing more damage, healing up as well. I mean, a horseman does like 6 damage, and 3 of that damage gets healed up immediately, and they have more attack speed. So they actually barely take any damage from a horseman in the 1-1. Alright. Spearmen with that charge. Oh, you gotta be so careful with them.
Look at this. Vortex is losing a horseman here, but is investing more and more into the spears. Isn't really going into the horseman and is dropping Regnets. Meanwhile, B, he has that archer mass that's now built up. He has that horseman mass that's built up. He might be able to actually push and go for a dive here if he scouts this out, if he spots it. But for now, I don't think it's going noticed. And Vortex is going to have a clean castle timing, even with pro scouts, even with losing some units here.
Yeah, I mean, this Regnet's timing is pretty strong here. Behind pro scouts, as you mentioned, and with enough spearmen to defend against the units as well. Like, the military isn't too far apart from each other, and don't forget the Keshiks were free for B. So realistically, only like a 4-unit difference between them.
And Vortex has lost like 4 units too.
Yeah. That's just the HRE economy for you, with the 40% inspiration underneath the Arkham Chapel.
But I'm wondering if B has been investing in any olive groves behind this. I see 0 olive oil per minute, so I doubt that he has any. Just kind of all in with these archers that he has not moved forward with yet. New Age begins, and now those archers feel like they're worthless.
Yeah. I mean, olive groves in general, they don't really feel quite as good when you don't have the Grand Winery behind it.
Yep.
60% that you're losing out there. Olive oil.
Yeah, hadn't moved out to the next berry pack either, which kind of surprises me. You know, could have easily snagged some back berries, delayed the sheep gathering, and gotten some more olive oil for himself. But B, he's not too far behind on the castle timing himself. 500 gold, 750 food in the bank.
Yeah, and has units positioned on the Relic, so if there's a sneak out happening, he is going to know about that one.
And more walls being invested into, actually now by either side. Another horseman falls, but the horseman at this point just trying to cause some idle time and help delay B from moving out, because VortiX wants relics. We just saw the first one get dropped on in, and the Golden Horn Tower is on the way.
One horseman being found out there on the middle Relic. Gets pushed away, so VortiX can start taking that one. Little sneak army. Going for a raid from B.
Oh, I see
gold
it.
now.
Yeah. Backside on the berries, almost about to hit the gold. There's no outpost that way because the walls. There is a knight, though.
Villager. There should at least one villager be going down. No villager dies.
No villager dies, but military trades aren't actually too bad for VortiX either.
Yeah, he's fine.
Really, really clean pullback and clean fight there.
We haven't seen any Hippodrome Triumph being used yet as well. Definitely doesn't want to just use it for the raids. H-up now comes in as well for B behind this.
Contract getting upgraded, wants to definitely take a fight with those Keshiks until they get the Castle Age upgrade.
Able to pick up the Knight now. 2 more relics coming over to VortiX now, so 3 HRE relics. That's a lot of income. Just saw Cataphract for a split second in queue.
And the crazy thing is how quick he got these relics in. It felt like there was like no contestation. Oh, there were 2 in. I might have just jinxed it. And there's only 2. Only 2. But it's still 2 in so already, so that's still the very like kind of quick income boost that you need. Allows you to go ahead and get some upgrades, more knights, and it doesn't make you feel bad about queuing up more prelates. Nothing's the worst than like you send the first 2 prelates out, they both die, and then you're like, I don't have much gold. I need to make knights, but I need to make prelates too.
Now VortiX trying to go for a raid, as he does have a couple of units circling around the backside there. Knight gets caught out, loses a little bit of health here against the front line. Spearman not gonna repel though.
Crossbow swap starting to come in for B. He's going to get some ranged damage in. Start to kind of, again, get that ranged mass building up in his base before he can move out with it. And he needs to have something to deal with the spearman.
Yeah. Does have archers out. Haven't been used too much yet. Outpost is coming in for VortiX now on the gold. I'm not even sure how much gold is remaining in that gold vein. He's been mining at that one for a long time. Devoutness also coming in, so VortiX is investing into economy upgrades. Yeah, it's not that much gold remaining in there.
I think the outpost also is going to be for the chapel support and for the vision if there's any circle around happen like B is about to do yet again. And there it is. VortiX was ready for it. Just like B was ready for his raids.
I don't think B has a monastery yet at all. Like, he's just fully investing into military. Never mind, there is a monastery. Next to the cistern.
Clears up another unit or 2, but at the same time loses a few himself. And I feel like VortiX should be able to just... I mean, look at the queue right now. B has nothing in queue other than the Gulams, I think. And VortiX has everything in queue.
B, though, he does have a lot of resources. I'm just not sure if he maybe just isn't quite certain himself about what units he wants to go into. We are getting more crossbows queued up right now. So I guess now that he gets like the vision over his opponent's military, now he knows what he wants to go into military-wise.
Yeah, didn't know what to queue up. He was kind of debating. And he's like, oh, there's the mass he sees, and then starts to make some Varangian guards and more crossbows.
Vortex, his food income is dropping now. We'll need to start thinking about a farm transition of his own now. There's a couple of farms have come in.
And B still has 2 sets of berries behind his walls now that he can secure. So food isn't going to be the worst for him, and that's going to be an extra little olive oil boost that he will have. Looks like he's about to go on to some of those berries now.
Yeah. Also going to make it tougher for Vortex to get some of these surprise raids in. It's going to force his opponent to react, and on the other hand side, though, yeah, B's economy now is in a little bit of an awkward position as the HRE. Still producing a lot of units, trying to get more farms in. But his massive army production has grinded a little bit of a standstill here.
B just sent a scout through to try to get some vision and immediately got taken down by some spears hiding on the backside of the wood line. Ran away after burning the wall, and that was a correct decision to do so. And a Springle.
Getting Springles, yeah.
Oh, you're laughing here. Let's see.
I'm laughing now. True.
It is B. You
We've
never
seen
know.
B do it a lot of times. We've seen B do it a lot of times.
And there's another. I feel like he's going to have like 12 to 15 Springles or something here.
God. I mean, food income is going down for him quite rapidly now. Doesn't have any villagers on the berries yet. Was just about to send a lot over to the gold there, but the military from Vortex arrives there.
It's just knights, though. I don't think those knights want to be diving in. That's he's going for the quick ball.
Oh no! He's gonna lose some villagers here.
But oh, he's trying to burn the wall. And B commits to the build, and B, what a madman, a genius, in fact, takes down every single one of those knights at the sacrifice of what, 2-3 villagers?
4 villagers for 7-8 knights? That's worth it.
100%. Absolute madman, too. What a play. That's got to feel really bad for VortiX now.
Yeah, absolutely. He just lost his entire cavalry. It's all in infantry now, and B's got 4 Springles.
And
Last Springle play. Oh my god. It is coming in. It is coming in. My god. Oh, what are we witnessing here?
I mean, this is unbelievable. I feel like every single time B is playing, it's always fun to watch.
It is. It absolutely is.
He looks like he's finally getting the confidence to move out with his infantry mass too. Full walls finished and the good pickup. I don't know if the Springle play has been scouted out, but it's about to get seen.
Yeah.
He's on to both the different berry bushes too, so food income should be a little bit healthier, and olive oil income should be healthier.
Yeah, olive oil has pretty much been non-existent for B for the last like 6-7 minutes.
Hasn't really been utilizing those mercs too well, but now that should be turning back around. And no, the lands are trying to lead the pack. You don't want that to happen. Though you're throwing away your most valuable units there. Those are going to be the differences here for the HRE.
And production from Vortex all at the front side. If we get like a Siphon in as well, that could be going down really quickly. Mangonel now coming in from B as well. 6 Springle at the moment. Vortex, he's just setting up his surround now with those units. Just waiting for it to happen. Also making sure to avoid a lot of potential avenues for
here come the Springles.
Springle to damage. Yeah, damage they will do. Triumph coming in as well. And is it going to be good for B here at the end of the day?
I have no idea what the Springles, if they're good or not. They're like piercing into nothing. I'm not really sure. I feel like they should be going for the crossbow mass. And B actually looks like he's losing this fight. The crossbows are just going untouched on the backside. There's no real counter units there. There's still a few Springles, though, that are alive, and there's no men-at-arms left. The crossbows just take them out.
Yeah, they got no ranged armor. Ooh, B, he just lost a lot there. A lot went down for him. He's got 5 Springles still behind this.
He still has
He's
5
fully
Springles. He
set
still
on the
has a
play.
Mangonel. He's got more horsemen in queue. He's got. He just. I don't know if he's got the mass. Let's see it. Horseman diving forward. He's trying to bring everything back.
There's even more Springles in queue still.
He's committing to the play. The Mangonel.
Mangonel.
Here come the Springles.
They don't really do a lot there.
They're trying their best.
Is that enough? Okay, that didn't look bad. Okay, that did. Like not being able to hit the unit right next to the other one. Some
Villagers now coming out to do some repairs. Villager counts dead even, but you can't forget the relics. You can't forget the chapel.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. And just so many crossbows. The crossbows able to one-shot even the horsemen.
Yeah, B really needs to stop trickling units in, needs to group up, especially in front of his 10 Springles. If VortiX keeps that group together, doesn't spread with the formation, that's really what could bite him.
Oh, man. What is going on in this game? 2 more Springles in queue. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. But behind this, I mean, Vortex's farm transition is pretty much fully done. What's the farm transition looking like for B? I feel like probably
Non-existent.
nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. It's dry Arabia, but not because that's the name, but because B has no farming economy. And there's just so many horsemen from Vortex behind this. There's no Limitne. Like, Vortex horsemen, they're just gonna destroy the Springles now.
How many Springles does it take to one-shot a horseman?
Like, what did
28?
I do? Like 15 damage, and then there's the Pierce armor, so let's say like 10 damage. You gotta leak like 15.
And here they come. The horsemen around. Oh no!
Spriggle's trying to kite. Ah, it's not happening.
They're getting destroyed, just splintered in pieces on the ground.
Wait, they're doing some damage to the horseman, but just not quickly enough. That's why you need the Midnight there. Still just getting pulled for the repair. Some Springles still remaining. Huh?
I mean, I guess it's okay still. It's
somehow.
It's only crossbows against horsemen and Springles. I guess it's good for now.
Okay. Sure. That could have been worse. Oh, Vortex now adding in his own siege workshop. Are we gonna get Springled on Springle? Probably not.
Oh my! Look at B's taking the berries in front of Vortex's base.
Woodline. Oh my god.
Honestly, if he gets that outpost upgrade and gets another outpost down, that could be some nice wood control. Considering the other wood line that Vortex has is the front of his base.
Maybe.
But super easy to take down, considering Vortex has 15 horsemen, about to be 20.
Wall's coming up for B now at the front side. We still don't have a real Olive Grove transition, and now horsemen from Vortex, they're gonna go for raids now. Palisade walls aren't gonna be enough. B spots them out there, has an outpost. It was about this.
He's not committing into the Springles anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense at one point. It's time to stop. Villagers on the wood line might want to pull a couple of vills to repair the wall segment.
There we go. He's biding his time. He's being patient. Nice and patient. Oh my.
I don't want to be too patient.
Oh
there we
my.
go. Military arrives. Vortex behind. He's at 1,800 food per minute. He's got 1,000 more food per minute than B at this point.
Well, B's going back in the Springles, so it doesn't matter. B doesn't need food for Springles. That's his idea. He says, "I need more Springles."
Springles, good unit, you know. Archery make infantry, me make Springles. He is getting the upgrades on the outpost as well.
Okay. Horsemen gonna go for the circle again from VortiX as gonna keep B on the back foot right as B starts to run away from that location. VortiX is gonna start knocking on the door again.
Now. Yeah, Vortex has mangonels now, and Springles, they don't have a lot of health anymore. Like, how much health do I have? Like 65, 70? They don't tank up a lot. 85, okay, a little bit more, but yeah, that's still less than a spearman.
A couple mangonels could just kill the whole Springles mass.
Yeah. Now the burn through
And
comes
the horse,
in.
yeah, this is really where it starts getting scary. Horsemen through the backside, and that's not just a few horsemen, that's 20 horsemen running around. B has finally made some Limitanai, so has at least a unit that he can kind of position and be ready to defend it on up rather than trying to A-move with horsemen, but he's still reacting with some horsemen and caching.
I wanted to say at least there isn't any farming economy that can be raided, but B has started adding farms now. There they are.
There they are
Olive
indeed.
groves. Horsemen?
Horsemen keep running.
Alright, there they go.
Actually, don't know if he'll get too many villagers from this. Maybe one or two. One of them had to drop off. It actually worked out perfect. The
drop-off kite.
Yeah, saved his life.
Yeah, horsemen getting cleaned up. Couple raids happening elsewhere, though.
Yeah, raids all over. Not enough horsemen to take this fight unless he activates Triumph.
This still doesn't feel anywhere near enough, though, for B to be able to stabilize. Yeah, that's the main army now from VortiX moving across. 4 mangonels out on the field as well. 40 crossbows. 110 military with 12 siege military as well.
Villagers finally have to evacuate that wood line. They'll just move over to the other one.
Yep. It's just a large blue blob of military moving towards the base of B now. 10 Springles and a dream.
VortiX is pop capped. I feel like usually this is where you see like civs like Delhi or Mali or, you know, other civs that put more into military, be the 75 villagers and everything else in military. But no, it's HRE right now that has an absolute just crazy mass out on the field. And I don't think B has enough to stop it here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he does. Mangonel shots coming in, Springer to the back line, but they're focusing the front line, so they're not really getting those penetrating shots in. Mangonel's pushing forward. They know what they want to hit.
They are definitely going for those Springles.
Is it? He's not getting... Wait, is B holding this?
I mean, somehow the Springles never got touched. B, he...
No, that's the
there's the rest of the
mass.
mass.
Yeah, okay.
What were they doing during that fight?
Went to military area as well. Had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
It definitely looked like he had us in the first half, but VortiX comes with the rest of his army, cleans up the rest of B's mass. I don't think the Springles are going to be able to get away. The horsemen in the backside get cleaned up finally. There's the mangonel shot starting to close down. If they turn and try to fire, this is when the mangonels are going to be able to start shooting for VortiX.
Akrota villagers chasing the raids. B, there's not enough military remaining anymore. Repair tries to come in, but the mangonels just take it all down. Sacred sites have been captured up behind this. An interesting play, to say the least, but not quite effective enough. A couple mangonels actually do get taken down here, though. But it's just still so much military out from VortiX, just so much more coming in as well with the reinforcements. He doesn't have the economy to keep flooding out units.
Not at all. Nothing close to that HRE economy. We panned over earlier how many farms he had. It's just that 2,000 food per minute. And B, he's still out on the map. He just ran out of some berries. He's denying a sacred site for the time being, but the Palace of Swabia is on the way, even though I guess VortiX isn't max pop anymore.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of blue different unit masses all around. Meanwhile, B, he's been his military's been stripped down to nothing. He doesn't have that 10 sprinkled mass anymore. It's at 4, but he doesn't have any front line nor anything to deal with the massive backline that Vortex has built.
Yeah, even if he just goes for like the mass limit now and the mass of golems that he has, just like Landsknechte, which there are still 5 of, absolutely destroy that.
House is starting to be taken down, but B is 113 out of 190, so not a big deal. He isn't worried. Those are fine for causing a delay. The more important thing is these horsemen constantly raiding the few olive groves that he does have.
Yeah, it's just not enough food income now for B. Granted, does have a little bit of an uptick now, but he just doesn't have the right units out. He can't really go into range units against 6 mangonels. We're still up to 6 Springles, but that doesn't really feel too good.
Yep, starting to split out more and more of these unit masses together, trying to find eco, trying to find damage, and damage he is finding. Winning a fight there, found some villagers in the north that are having to try to run back to base, and meanwhile, the main arm, oh my gosh, it was a lot more villagers than I thought, and meanwhile, the main army is still just centralized in front of the middle from B.
Yeah, 80 military. I mean, it's just more than doubling right now, and Mangonels just provides so much more value compared to the Springles. Villagers moving out again to the gold mine.
Moving out a little too early. There is no mining camp there anymore. Some of the horsemen split to delay the army from finishing off the rest, and villagers will fall, but B, I don't think is worried about that right now. He's worried about falling himself. It does not look good. Vortex is walking into the base, walking into the olive groves. Springald's trying to get those AoE shots in. Staggered formation wasn't utilized this time, but it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, not enough there. I feel like the micro just kind of stops for B here at this point. Hands probably off the keyboard, are about to be taken off the keyboard.
Oh, Mangonel! He forfeits before the Mangonel finishes up. Game gets called.
Just like that. Game number 1 taken by the H Arena in this one. What a crazy game. Seeing Byzantines versus HRE Pro Scouts, Hippodrome opening, mass Springles? Truly just a wild one.
Yeah, it did feel like the early timing that Vortex had. He was able to just secure up the relics so fast, or at least 2 of them very, very quickly, and then a third one thereafter. And it just was too much for B to be able to handle, even with his cool wall off that we were so hyped about.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a crazy game though. Gotta be said there. And at least B has most of the olive oil gathered in this game, so that's definitely something.
He did win on 1 count, but we'll check and see some of the highlights from previous game. We'll probably get to see that hyped wall off like we were talking about, even though it did not prove to be enough.
Yeah. I mean, that military value lead there for Vortex, he just had it once and then just continued building up more and more military. Starting us off there at the beginning, Pro Scout play did come in, and that is where we finally noticed, yeah, Pro Scout literally just finished as we spoke about it, as we were talking about the Scout going down, and man, I mean, it was kind of, it was fairly quick, just the Conscriptio from the Cistern, just how quick that upgrade came in, 4B behind it, kills the Scout, takes the deer away from Vortex.
Yeah, and B played this early game really, really well. We talked about what you just said. He stole that deer. He killed a couple spears early. I think he had about 300 or 400 resources killed before he had lost anything. And even still, it just didn't matter. It didn't prove to be enough.
Yeah. The Archer is also not being utilized, I feel like, early enough. Granted, there are a couple of horsemen in, but B, he just kind of got that Castle Age up in for free, it feels like.
Yeah, like B, he made a lot of archers in the early game. You can see the 12 archers up at the top. They never really moved out of the base. They never did anything. It was that was really what the downfall was, and this is one of the early fights we were talking about, and we didn't really know how to call this because the Springolds are
it was
inconsistent.
Questionable. Yeah, like sometimes they get some really great shots off, usually in choke points, but when you don't have them inside of choke points and against spread formation, the projectile is just too thin. It like even here you see, okay, they hit a unit, and the unit right next to it just doesn't take any damage at all.
Yeah, and they never
Really
were
needs to
at
be a line.
they were never at a point where they were projectiling into the crossbows either, which really is where I feel like they could have proven to be a difference maker. But
They still have a long range, right? Like when the crossbows shoot onto them, like the Springles should hit a lot of the crossbows in return.
yeah, but this is where the horsemen close down the gap, and so many of the Springles fall, just turn into splintered wood on the ground.
Yeah. And the horsemen, they did take a lot of damage from them, but it just didn't feel like it mattered enough. At this point in time, it kind of stalled out a little bit. We thought, okay, maybe B still has a shot at this one. But then the military count just kept coming and coming and coming. But now it is time for us to look at the next game in the set that's going to be coming in. It's going to be on Lakeside. We will see French
matchup
for VortiX against English for B. And we're just going to be jumping right into that one. All right, immediately jumping into the action. Welcome, everyone, to the second game of this set between B and VortiX. Spawning in the color blue, playing as the French here on Lakeside, and B on the other side, playing as the English in the color yellow, as is typical on this map. We do start off with a dock opening on both sides.
Yeah. A classic matchup for the ages. Usually it's on, not quite always on these hybrid maps, but this is one of those pseudo-hybrid maps with that one deep sea fish like we're seeing. It's definitely still worth grabbing. There's a reason why both players are docking.
Yeah, I mean, even just a couple of fishing ships, they pay off. They do pay off. After like a minute and a half-ish, you will have paid them off pretty much completely. And that's just something like a return on investment that very few other economy investments can compare to. Like you have like a minute and a half for a fishing ship. Sometimes even less if it's on deep sea fish. A cow takes like 4 minutes to bring back the resources that it cost. So fishing ships definitely worthwhile investment at all times in the game. Whenever there's water, you want to go for fishing.
Yeah, and you even have that villager gathering the shoreline fish, which makes up a little bit for that walking time, because the villager gathering shoreline fish is actually one of the most efficient gathering for villagers for food there is.
Yeah. 1 food per second, fastest gather speed for villagers.
Decent little sheep haul from VortiX there from the French. Never going to complain about that. They always love having a nice big sheep haul because they hate farm transitions, and the water also helps them with that. So, even more reason to play them on these kind of hybrid maps.
Looking at these two civilizations, I mean, we can already see something. That French doesn't need a house at this point in time. Grant, they have been getting a little bit of a buff for their hybrid viability, which is that docks now actually have a little buff. Provides French with 10 bonus population space, so VortiX going to be able to save a little bit of wood there. Then again, on the other hand side, B does have a little bonus on water as well, where he has to spend less resources for all of his ships. So it kind of evens itself out there.
Yeah, it's not like Japan's fishing ship cost, but it's still a little bit of a bonus
a little bit
there.
Less. Yeah, you save 8 wood per ship.
Yep. And both players have moved out to the gold at this point. Both players should be VortiX a little bit further behind on the food count, but B should be dropping his feudal age here in just a second.
Yeah, it is a quick feudal age timing here from B behind all of that. VortiX, maybe his fishing ships still carry a lot. Granted, he actually invested a lot into the wood there, into the wood gathering. How many fishing ships is he making in this one?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm maybe he'll send a few out to the shoreline fish as well and just say, hey, I'm not going to oversaturate that deep sea fish.
It's not even that many out there. 5th one coming in. Granted, 6th one in queue. Okay, he's still having a lot of wood, right? So he's investing a lot into that at the moment.
Yeah, he will be dropping his feudal age soon. That being said, B, Abbey of the Kings, is already a quarter of the way up and rolling with 7 villagers on it.
We're getting a second dock from VortiX at the front side.
He just doesn't want to build a house.
Oh, that could be it.
It does give
could
him
be
that
it.
kind of forward footing and allow him to kind of be more aggressive / defensive. Another spot
He's saying
to,
the same thing.
yeah, another spot to put your fishing ships if you do get pressured. So, 6 fishing boats will have a spot for every single one of those.
Yeah.
Except there's
That's
a 7th in
true.
queue.
He doesn't care about that one. 7-1 can go down.
He can always do the in and out micro if he wants to spend that much time on it.
Abbey of Kings now about to finish up here. And
Galley
immediately-
and King.
Yeah, Galley in queue immediately here.
He is ready to put...
Vortex, he just pulled like an additional 4 villagers for the School of Cavalry. He's aging up with 10 villagers at the moment.
Whew. Remember, that's so much diminishing returns, though, on the Feudal Age landmark. I feel like 8 is like the most I ever really see there. But he knows that he wants it up, and even when he finishes it... Okay, there we go. Gets the drop-off of the fishing boats, immediately we'll be able to have a knight in queue.
Wait,
And it's not a knight,
thought
it's
I
double
saw-
boats.
It is double boats. I thought I saw B sending a villager to make a dock as well. A second dock. Oh, he put it up instead on the backside. Okay. Maybe he cancelled then. Galley. He's gonna start denying some of the water here now.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, one
That's a
goes
kill.
down. Galley pops out at the perfect time. Will start to push the other galley away. Vortex also has a springled ship in queue from the other side. So if B is not careful, that galley will get cut off from the springled ship and taken out.
Oh, and King. He's gonna be able to pick off the scout there as well. Good pick off there.
Springled ship does arrive, like I was mentioning. B does not have anything to deal with that springled ship yet. Has his own springled ship in queue now and double galley out. He's going to pull some fishing boats to do some healing.
He's gonna need that, and there's the Hulk. Pair coming in now.
Easily
Ship's
able
not gonna
to
get
deter
healed up.
Vortex away.
Yeah, but Vortex, he's got a lot of Hulks in queue behind this, and French Hulks are cheaper. They cost less food.
Also, that knight finally in queue, so that will force a reaction. Even though it's an English economy, even though there's, the machine gun town center, the knights can still dive those outside resources, cause some pressure and annoyance. I think there's also a free villager pick that he can get on the dock if he gets behind there.
Yeah. By the way, excuse me, it's not a Hulk, it's a Warcock for the French.
What? Say that one more time?
It's
One more time?
no. I need the observer to select it, so chat can form their own opinion of on how it's being pronounced. There we go. So you got your Chamber of Commerce, and then you got the Warcock. Not your average cock there. It's for war.
Oh my
It's not my fault. It's the developers. They named it that way.
We also have the Khan Hunter. You got to be careful with
Yeah.
that one for sure.
We're getting a lot of dangerous language.
All right. Anyways, back to the game here. Oh. Vortex is wanting to cause the damage on the other side. Fishing boats are there. Demo ship is there.
Demo.
Galleys.
Oh, he doesn't get the connection. Oh, huge connection on 2 of the Hulks there. The Warcock, sorry.
The Warcogs, but demos for Vortex make it to where B cannot close the gap and cannot finish off those lower health. Why is he coming back with the lower health Springles? Warcogs. And a good demo connection
again.
from Vortex on both different Springles, but he's not able to finish them off, and it's a defensive game from B. He's over by his dock, so has some automatic healing, has the fishing boats to heal on up, but loses one of the Springled ships. Great pickup there from Vortex.
But overall, behind this, looking at B's economy, it's looking super solid behind this. Like, he could flirt with the idea of going up to Castle Age way ahead of Vortex.
Yeah, he already is flirting with that idea currently. I feel like that's one of those pushes where sometimes it forces that player to invest more of what he was banking up into those ships. And right now, B didn't feel that pressure at all. He hasn't queued up any more ships. He is just sitting here. He's going to be ready for castle in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean...
And 4 scouts just got queued up from VortiX. He's going pro scouts
in queue. Yeah, it's going to be coming in, but B, I mean, if he goes up with the King's Palace, right, like, he's going to have the scaling advantage.
A huge scaling advantage. There is actually a couple galleys in queue from B. He did have to respect this push just a little bit. The galley from B just went up to force the demo down. Loses the galley for it, but B does have a demo and a galley still in queue and is so close to castle.
Yeah, and VortiX, he just keeps remassing on water here. I think B at one point, you can just surrender the water, right? Like, he's getting more than enough value out of just a couple of Springle ships that he's out there.
That was my thought that he was going to do a second ago, but I think he's just kind of still doing this like feinted defense that's working out well enough. And there it is. White Tower on the way. Not the King's Palace.
White Tower?
I mean, production.
Why?
Free production.
I mean, yes,
he's immediately going to just go Knights.
I swear to you, if he's making Springles out of the White Tower.
He's going Knights. He's gonna go Knights. Don't say that, Crackety.
We're gonna get mass Springled White Tower rush.
Another pickup of the galleys, but VortiX is here with a few demos. That should be just about it. Splits the demos. Does try to pick up that one Springle chip and barely does. Misses the other shot, I think. And yet again, a pretty good defense from B with very not a lot of resources spent into this. And immediately VortiX, another demo, another galley, and a knight. He is full in committed to this feudal, and White Tower finishes.
Yeah, Castle Age now has been reached. VortiX has a good economy lead behind though. Oh! Okay, that's water.
That is the official one that calls it. VortiX wins water. But will this give him enough for it?
I think
it's Knights. Thank you. It's not Springles.
In a great spot. It is not. It is not. Thank God. But I'm looking at B's food income right now, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, the Pro Scouts is going to make a big difference here. Because VortiX also has enough Knights to defend this early push out now.
Oh, and that scout just distracted the king from diving into the base. There would have been nothing. There's a few knights, there's villagers, but that is a castle-aged king.
A castle-aged king only has as much armor as a feudal-age knight.
And more coming, though. There's the actual castle-aged knight.
Where's the scout bringing the deer?
He said, I didn't actually want this one. I wanted the other one. This one's spoiled.
He can stay in his natural habitat. Oh man.
I mean, this is the problem though. B's already up to 3 Castle Age Knights, and he is going into crossbows as well to counter out the Knights that VortiX has. Picks up a few more, or denies a few more scouts from bringing home those deer carcasses. Royal Institute though is starting to be built.
Yeah, I mean, the deer, right? Like, it's just so much income at the moment for VortiX. Granted,
I feel like it's not even just the deer. It's also
denying it.
Isn't it also 6-7 fishing boats right now?
Yeah, it all adds up.
It definitely all adds
Gold's at the front
up
though.
for sure.
Crossbows are being added in.
I don't think that's a full chop through on the wood line on the right side. It looks like it was close, but not quite. No, yeah, I think he just left enough. He realized he was about to and pulled back.
Good call there, good call. And look at that, VortiX adding in his own dock on the side of his opponent, so he's gonna make use of its opponent's fish there.
Yeah, get some deep sea fish from your own. I was literally about to be like, well, unfortunately, you don't really gain that much fishing like from taking your opponents, but now he actually immediately makes me regret thinking about that at all, because transport ship play.
All right, age up is gonna be coming through now. VortiX immediately queues up the veterancy. Doesn't have an archery range yet, and we do have 3 crossbows out on the map. Scout, wait, did he just get stuck? I think the scout was stuck in the wall.
I think he got stuck, yeah. And speaking of transport ship play, we might actually see a transport ship drop off later on. You know, if B decides to do some wall-ups, we could see VortiX throw some knights in a transport ship and do some raiding with that.
Yeah. Veterancy has come through.
Crossbows are here, though.
There as well.
Oh, and VortiX is just totally cut off his own escape location. He has to run all the way through if he wants to take this. Does pick off a few of the crossbows, but how many knights fall for this?
3 knights. That's not worth it for 3 crossbows. Not at all.
Not even close. I think B is super happy with that trade. His knights that he has there are all just, you know, sitting there happy at full health. Yeah, VortiX can get chivalry, but B counters that out with his own king.
Yeah. He also moved out to the deer of his own. Does have a couple of farms out already, so food income should be looking solid for him at the moment. And doesn't need that many villagers on gold, as he is getting 200 gold from the sacred sites, 160 gold from the relics, up to probably going to be even more gold from the relics. So he'll probably end up at like 500 gold passive per minute.
And I think VortiX is just full relying on the extra food income he's going to get from the water and the extra villagers that he's slowly been able to eke out, being the French, to outmass B. You can see the Q difference. It's, you know, it's 3 knights compared to the knight crossbow mix. VortiX going back into scouts again. He wants to go back and try to secure some more deer.
A lot of B starts transitioning into Springles now.
Oh my god. Oh, there's yeah, buddy.
Transport.
Transport ship drop off, like we were talking about. These
he's losing knights at the front side, though. Oof. That hurts.
Yeah,
and the gold's at the front as well, once again.
If those crossbows just sit exactly where that gate is, the gold's basically out, and there's a back gold still. But yeah. VortiX now is feeling the pressure. He's dropping archery ranges himself. He needs to go into some arbs, but he's just so much later on the play.
Yeah, I mean, all the economy at the moment, at least the remaining deer, right? They're underneath the TC. Ooh, villager gets picked off as well, but now the knights are arriving in B space, and now both players going for the raids. The opposing sides, damage comes through. Individual charges there. Gets good villager pickoffs.
Villagers running for the hills. 3, 4, 5 villagers. Wololo comes through.
That was a good amount of villager kills, though.
Yeah, definitely a good amount of villager kills, and he's going back in for it. There's still room inside the town center. Low health villagers need to jump inside. It looks like VortiX just is going to full commit for that, and at the same time, taking the fight on the front side. Crossbows are not helping. They're firing on a mining camp there.
Ooh, King. King gets taken down. Gets remassed, though.
Yep.
Still has a lot of resources in the bank.
Plenty of resources in the bank. He's moved out and about, taking the deer onto the map, not just on his side, but on the side of VortiX, making sure that that pro scout's play does not pay off. And VortiX, he's doubling, tripling down into that. 3 scouts and 3 more in queue.
Yeah. Behind this, I mean, B, he's getting a lot of military units out, still has that timing. Wait, there, villagers inside the TC? Only now get put out.
Yeah,
that's a lot of idle time.
Tons and tons of idle time, and this matters.
They're still idle.
And this matters so much, especially when we're considering how many villager or how much eco ahead right now VortiX is.
Yeah, 23 economy ahead, and with all that idle time, he's been like 40 economy ahead effectively there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Another couple knights, though, getting picked off. That's where B has been making up for the economic difference with these military trades. More scouts getting picked off, which means less deer getting brought back. There's still no farm transition. There's still only fishing, I feel like, really, that VortiX is relying on for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, B can get, like, a couple additional, like, defenses up on the sacred sites, like double springled emplacement outposts. This could be really tough for VortiX to hold, especially since he's also getting network of citadels in.
And we just saw the pan of B's base. He has 4 relics in the bank.
Yeah.
5 minutes on the sacred sites too. So he's having a lot of passive income that is making up for the actual economic differences and finally starting to get some more of those farms in that English know and love so well. Walling off the backside. He knows these transport ship plays are coming. He needs to do this quick wall. He's trying to do this quick wall. There's 5 knights though and a villager. Proxy. Vortex about to drop some proxy buildings. But so many arms on the front side. Gap gets closed down on. Knights are through though. There's 2 huge battles going on. This matters so much. B, he tries to run on away with the villagers as well as his army.
Yeah, does have some crossbows in the back of his base. Tries to defend with those. Do we even know, is Royal Bloodlines in on these knights? I haven't checked it earlier. I haven't seen the upgrade come in, but it feels like it is. No, it's not. No Royal Bloodlines at the moment for VortiX. That's a lot of crossbows that fell back here.
Villagers running on away, headed for the hills, leaving those dear locations. VortiX feels like he's finally got the mass to push up. Arb stepping forward. There's horsemen, though, to fight against the knights, and the knights can't take the charge because there's so many Arbs there.
It is just way too many here for him to take. Might need to sacrifice the knights. Crossbows on the main side need to get pulled over as well. And this is string replacement's gonna be coming in, but it takes a while.
And this is just where I feel like that idle time is eating up B so much that he's down probably 10, 15 units because of that. I feel like he had 20 plus villagers idled for a while.
Yeah, crossbows behind us are cleaning off the knights, but it took a while to get there.
And at what cost? He cleans up the rest of those knights, but loses out his front military mass and loses out tons of villagers here. Another raid. 1 villager down, the rest running on away. VortiX doesn't want to take the chase. He knows he's been taking more and more efficient trades here.
What's happening now at the front line, though? Crossbows are coming in. They have the attack speed bonus, but the decap is not getting stopped at all. That's not all the crossbows that B has.
No, not at all. B's army is just so split up. He's only got, he's got 20 crossbows somewhere. You just don't know where they all are. There's also 11 horsemen. They're going to be able to counter that crossbow mass so well.
Yeah, this is just such a rough spot at the moment. And yeah, I feel like the decap is going to come through. And if the decap is through, then it's going to be so much tougher then for B to come back from this.
Yeah, it felt like B had, again, he was putting the pressure on. He had lost water, but he had sacred site control. He was doing some good raiding. He was putting some good pressure on, but all of a sudden, VortiX bides his time, builds it up, has a couple transport ship raids that just puts B on the back foot, and B couldn't recover.
I suppose coming in, but decap, I think there's still a unit on it.
It doesn't even matter.
Oh my god, yeah.
The horseman mass. This is so perfect too. They're spread across so well to actually be able to get some effective damage across, not just all attacking one unit like I see so many people try to do.
And now with the decap through, the timer that B put VortiX on is gone now, and now VortiX able to run across the map, get the resources out in the middle. Pro Scouts working behind us now as well once again.
Yep. Securing an 8k gold for himself. B does have vision of it with the outpost he has near that stealth forest, but doesn't have the military, doesn't have anything to actually be able to punish the information he's gathering.
Yeah, now he does have a lot of food income, right? He still has a lot of these farms going for himself, so Mass Horseman is a way to get back into this game. Even though he's behind 30 villagers, he's not that far behind economically, and it looks like VortiX is going to go for another raid. He's sending the horsemen around to the back, so probably will go for another transport ship raid now.
It has been fully walled in, and not only walled in, has that outpost to provide some more vision. There's another outpost coming down from B, so he knows the location he wants to attack. VortiX doesn't have the information, doesn't have the knowledge of this. It's only a few horsemen immediately.
Spots it out now. And immediately villagers are getting pulled back.
And there's army there close that should be able to defend this. Oh, no, that's not army. That's just more villagers. All right. Doesn't actually kill anything. Textiles working wonders.
Horsemen are still being shipped over at the moment for VortiX. Go to B side. This guy's just picking off the deer.
Spring and placement finishes them off. Horseman going to finish off the next one. Actually, spring and placement going to finish that one off too.
And B suddenly has a big mass of horsemen. Horsemen aren't like crazy efficient though against arballetry, mainly because of the +5 melee armor.
Has another horseman raid to deal with at home. Has not gone with any spears. Oh, this time he circles back around. Oh my.
Oh, Vortex knows though. Might even use the villagers here as a
just
shield.
runs on away. A little bit of damage down. Crossbows. Is he actually going to take this fight? Looks like he wants to. Thinks he has enough horsemen. Some of the horsemen split off onto the backside. Villagers decide to start running on away.
That's the aura.
He does have the aura. Extra attack speed. And the front line of Vortex just gets crippled and washed away. Now it's just the Arbs left trying to kite back. Villagers are still there. Villagers are turning back around. Are they pulling their shivs out? What do they think they're going to be doing?
No, they're not.
They're circling back for the backside gold, using the stealth forest to the fullest effect. Sacred Sites recap from B wants to put the timer back on Vortex, and this is a huge military win from B. It felt all but over, but I said he didn't have anything to punish that vision and knowledge that he had. And
wait, just called GG! No way! No way! There were like still 30 economy difference. My God, it's just...
He doesn't have gold, but he can sell resources. I guess he just doesn't think he can defend that location. Too much of a mass from B there?
Not just that, Vortex, the entire time I kept looking for it. He still hasn't gotten the Royal Bloodlines in yet.
Oh my God. Maybe he just saw that he didn't have Royal Bloodlines and got tilted.
That could be it. But look at the resources gathered, right? B has more resources gathered, while Vortex had 30 more villagers, 30 more economic units.
That's wild.
That is absolutely crazy.
I
mean, that was crazy.
What a crazy, crazy game there. And somehow, some way, it felt like, again, it felt like early on B had some good trades. It felt like he was doing well, even though he lost water. And then Vortex just took over. And it was like, wow, this is all over. All right, let's just wait until Vortex ends the game. And then no, B thought differently and B closed it on out.
Yeah, he did. He did indeed. And man, that was actually very, very interesting how that played out. All right, time to take a look. We are looking at the replays here.
And this is where early on B did a really great job of, I felt like he wasn't investing as much as Vortex was under the water and just still defending well enough. Just defending well enough until he had Castle behind. We were kind of surprised by the Castle Age choice, being White Tower instead of King's Palace, but all the anyways, it still ended up working out well.
Yeah. All right. Time to look at our next set. It's just about to start, so we are putting pedal to the metal here as we are looking at the next map that is going to be moving out. Okay, it is happening. We're getting moving out now between Vortex and B. Vortex playing as the Mongols against Ottomans on moving out. Okay. Wouldn't be my pick here, but that's going to be interesting.
It's B, though. Let him pick whatever. We'll see what it is.
And we're jumping right into it, everybody. Welcome to Moving Out. Get the Khan firing off some arrows there immediately.
I was about to say, isn't it like sketchy on Moving Out playing Mongols sometimes because of your TC location?
You don't start off with the ability to, like make an Uvu.
Well, make an Uvu.
There's no stone.
And don't you have to place your TC basically in like the opposite corner because like of the location proximity to your opponent?
Yeah, you can't put your TC like into the wood line because the developers added in a minimum amount of range that you can put your main TC away from the main TC of your opponent.
Like normally he'd want it tucked where that Uvu is, like, you know, cornered up into 2 different wood lines where he can just stay on wood lines with quick drop-offs for like a long early point in the game, but isn't able to do so. So that's where maybe Vortex hadn't practiced this map too much, because I think I remember seeing Anatan play this like when it first came out, and he like I think he wasn't even able to place his TC. I think they made some updates since then now.
Yeah. All right. So something to take note of here is, you see that, right? There is no gold on the starting island. Players will have to move out onto the outer ring in order to get any gold at all. So before players move out, as is the name of the map, moving out, you're not going to be able to really like get any progress on the age up in.
And
what do we have here? Is that a scout? No, it is a villager.
It's a villager out early. I feel like it's a way earlier move out than we see.
Yeah, he's moved out already. Scout at the moment, just hitting the dog, Khan hitting the scout. And Dark Age Khan doesn't do too much damage, so he can just ignore it and do some damage on the dog instead. If Vortex repairs it, he's going to be spent wood, he's going to have idle village time. So that's going to be value gained for B. He's just going to pick him up by the transport ship and... Okay.
Okay. I mean, Ottomans, it's a super cheap for them.
Yeah.
And
he spots it.
Oh my gosh! This is hilarious.
Target detected. I mean, it's 4 villages, though.
That's...
Gur is expensive.
I mean, I feel like and he's going to be able to... There's so much sheep on this island, too, isn't there, on the outsides, that he's going to be able to...
Yeah, the outer ring has a lot of them. For Spearman and Q. I mean, with 4 villagers, I think Vortex should be able to get enough gold, though, for the age up.
Yeah, but the key for me is, like, if the transport ship's not in good positioning, these 4 villagers are dead.
True. First drop-off came through. Second one about to. Yeah, Spearmen are still way too far away. He hasn't sent any of his own villagers out yet to get gold. Oh, villagers moving out.
What?
Moving out,
what?
Indeed. Where is he going? Is he? Oh, he's looking for stone. He's looking for an Uvu spot. He's gonna find it.
He finds it, but instead, there's also
Spearman.
A spear on his villagers.
Oh, he gets enough gold, though. Has enough gold for the age up.
He does have enough for the age up. The Uvu just gets run by. Oh, nope. It just got spotted out. Let's see if he gets enough to finish it. He doesn't finish it. He cancels it. Oh.
Ooh. And our villagers are going to be on the run.
Transport ship's going to be able to cut this off. 2 villagers going to be able to get out. Good job. Really, really good reaction timing by Vortex here. Oh.
The Spearman got
weird
blocked.
pathing.
The
Stealth Forest.
He's sending the weak villager to the other side. Where'd he go? Wait,
he sees it barely. Ooh. So, again, able to secure...
No! A move!
Huh. Oh, what? Okay, so kills one of the villagers at the bottom side. The top side villager gets... He saw it run this way. Let's see.
Yeah, he's going to find him, right? That's an attack move. That has to be an attack move. It was an attack move. There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is a cool pickup. It pays off. And look at this. He's like, all right, I'll take your gold now. Or my gold.
Your gold? Our gold.
And so this means no demo ships, right? Vortex,
no demo ships.
Vortex can't make demo ships.
Yeah, no hulks as well. Yeah. Or at least no war chunks.
Mm-hmm. So this is
and
where...
he's taking down the Gur.
Oh, and I mean, this is where now, what do you do if you're Vortex to be able to react to this? You can't really get gold efficiently, right?
You need to make an archery range, get like 3 archers out, and then transport them over. Oh, or you just try and outmaneuver, get an outpost up on a gold.
Right? This might get spotted out by the barracks.
It will, but honestly, I don't think that really matters too much because it's just like the out. No, it doesn't even get spotted out by the barracks.
It doesn't.
That's not in line of
This
sight.
is another 100 wood for a Gur, though.
Another 100 wood for a Gur, 100 wood for an outpost, but at least the gold is going to be safe.
Yep.
And it's not something that B will know about.
Another.
He should have used his own transport ship to, like, check.
This dock positioning from B is going to
vile.
be just in your face.
First archer ship is out, though. B doesn't have any, well, not any, but like not enough food.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of the income. He has invested a lot into this.
He can get a drop off though. I guess maybe with the drop off he will have enough.
Villager now moving out for the Uvu. Will this Uvu get spotted by the barracks?
I don't think so. I don't think it will.
No?
Yeah, it's not. He doesn't even know about the resources there.
Yeah.
Oh, the spearmen are running around though, so he's gonna see.
Are those
there's gonna be an outpost there.
Those are aim.
Oh, the outpost!
Villager down in the middle.
It's gonna be the second one. No, second one.
Barely able to escape there. But Vortex's eco numbers, you can still see how he is favoring the eco numbers, even though he lost some villagers.
This is why Mongols on this map can still be very, very mean, because as you notice there, he just sends the Falcon over on the other side of the wood line, and then his outpost can shoot over, while the opponent's outpost can't.
Yep. Good denial by B on the fishing though. That dock, I believe he just had a galley pop out and forces all of the fishing boats away.
Is moving out though to the top side now. So is getting some food from the south, from the north. On the south side, that's where the gold is. That's where the spearmen are now hitting, but Vortex reacts instantly.
Outpost is there. It does get scouted out now, and B has his scout here as well. Uvu's going to start being burnt, and Spear's going to start getting queued up again. And more fish denial from both of these players.
Oh, War Junk gets spotted out. There's about to be a demo ship coming in. Getting some arrow slits in placement as well. And there's his demo ship. Vortex not paying attention.
I think he wants to make sure he has enough damage to...
Yeah, he wants to get the... There we go. Oh, he gets the fishing ships. Oh my god, that is insane value.
Oh gosh.
No, man, that was
unbelievable value there from B. And look at the Uvu now. It's not only going to be the Uvu burnt. There's no... Oh,
he's being so annoying with that.
He just needs to go all the way to the south side.
Oh, the thing is, though, he just puts an outpost there as well.
All right, there,
down. That's a lot of spearmen.
There's the range.
Only 2 archers. That's 1 village down.
The problem is there's just going to be more and more archers here. It's going to be a double produce, I'd assume.
Ooh.
Oh! It's still going to be alive. He needs to kill the villagers. And a good hold by Vortex here. Really, really good micro. Loses another few villagers. 16 villagers still idled from B. Oh, they're moving across in the transport. He's just taking the outside wood line. He said, I'm done with those outposts in the center.
I'm not even going to try. if you're playing it like this. And like, Vortex even made a scout from his TC, because scouts for Mongols also get the Falcon ability.
It's Sapa here rolling. I was about to say, all he needs to do is drop a stables where that wood line is now, and he can go start to punish where the Uvu and the archers are starting to pop out.
Immediately Vortex well though.
Barracks yeah. Yep. Has to happen.
He's got a lot of food in the bank. I feel like maybe he wants to pull a lot of these villagers over to gold, maybe go for an Aja, but right now he's also investing a lot on water. Definitely water control would be very good here for him. Maybe even on stone. Get some emplacements in on that dock that he has there. Looks like we had another demo ship come in. One of the war junks did lose a good bit of HP there.
Yeah, currently just seeing some ships circle on around. And it feels like Vortex is slowly just losing water. He still has a ton of fishing boats there on his original couple deep sea fish, but There's the dock there from Vortex. It's a demo about to pop out, but there's more than enough military ships here to deal with that immediately.
Spy are out now. A demo ship comes out though. Gets sniped immediately.
Quick
demo
reaction.
ship?
Nothing coming around the backside.
no.
Really, really good reaction there from Vortex.
But
But
he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any sprinkled ships.
He's slowly
He only
been
has
catching
one.
up on eco over here, and oh my sheep.
He's got a lot of sheep there, yeah. But I'm worried right now about what his game plan is. I guess he oh my god, that is a lot. But I guess he trying to like age up or what's the plan?
I feel like he's gonna try to have a Sipahi play on the gold mine at the south.
It's such a dangerous situation now for him though, because there's already spearmen out. Keshik's now coming as well. Like Vortex has the unit mass, but he's floating so many resources.
He just doesn't have the balance that he needs. This dock, honestly, he wants the dock to go down. The demo that pops, it's not even a demo. It's a. He can maybe get a galley. No, he's not. Yeah, see,
he's getting a sprinkled ship maybe. Yeah, he's getting the sprinkled ship.
Okay. Not quite wasted resources, and he's gonna get a galley there.
Okay, good trade. Good trade.
I thought that was going to be wasted resources, but turns out to be a good trade indeed. Looks like Vortex starting to move out away from that little Uvu spot. Spears almost take down a Keshik immediately.
Yeah, but now the military gets found out, right? And now B knows, okay, that is not an okay fight for me to take. He's going to need to rush up an outpost on his gold. He's still trying on water at the same time. Oh. That still happens. Wait, where did that come from? Oh my god. That still happens sometimes where you see the sprinkle ship just hit from a mile away.
Military numbers are dead even, so where is B's military actually? You know, I feel like he's just had it split up all different spots anywhere and everywhere. Demo ship, though, going to connect. Good spot out by Vortex.
Not in time.
Outpost, it may not be in time. There's only a few more spears left here. And it looks like B knows he has to take the fight. Sipahi, though, are just getting shredded by the spears.
Yeah, Sipahi dove onto the archers, though, taking a good couple of them down. Outpost will go up. But it's very far on one side. I don't think it can actually protect anything there.
Yeah, it feels like B is starting to lose some of this, advantage that it felt like he was starting to build up. Vortex still has been heavy onto the fishing.
This is a tough one at the moment to call as well. Who's actually in the lead and who isn't. Funnily enough, the economy isn't actually that far apart. I believe it's an Ottoman and Delhi specific thing. I'm not sure why it's Ottoman. I think they use the Delhi as the basis for the Ottomans. But Ottoman fishing ships get counted as military. So the economy should be fairly even overall.
Khan gets saved by the transport ship there. Good micro from Vortex. And docks are getting emplacements in them. The scary thing for B is this military structure he has now been full denied. But Vortex also has this kind of just pocket eco here at the bottom side that is surrounded on the right and the left by two different spots from B.
Yeah. Oh! Big shot over here. Springle ships.
There's one. There's two more down. That is a lot of eco that Vortex just lost.
Yeah, definitely very good value. Demo ship should be coming out soon, though, from the dock. Needs to be incredibly careful with that one. B doesn't pay attention. It's coming out now. B!
Oh, 3!
Oh, that is crazy value.
And then the third one officially falls from the dock emplacement. Dock can easily be kind of tapped a few times back to full health if Vortex wants to send a villager out that way. It feels like every time one of these players makes a good winning trade, the other makes a big comeback play right after.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge here now for Vortex. Suddenly in a much better position.
That center wood line is starting to get quite thin there from Vortex. Demo ship as well!
They're doing it to each other now. It's... Oh, the perfect timing.
The dock is on fire, though. And there is another, I'm assuming, demo in queue. Actually, not a demo in queue, but it...
Oh, no, no.
Oh, surrender.
Oh, my God.
Surrender.
No way. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Oh, my God.
All right. Vortex is pushing up with his military up towards B's gold vein that he was on with that outpost. I don't know if B has built a lot more military up that way. It looks like based off of
like
pure
it.
numbers, he's
getting
reinforcing
as well.
that positioning. Double
How many
range.
That's 3 Keshiks.
It's double range though, and there's already arrow slits in one of those outposts. So that's
Not just
really
that.
where.
Not just that, there's no blacksmith upgrades for Vortex. He has them.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely the difference there. Those Keshiks don't really have too much ranged armor comparative to their actual knight counterparts.
Keshiks are coming through. At the same time, fight on water. Demo ship, they're just dancing right now.
I don't know what's in the transport ship. It's tanky though.
Whatever it is.
It's tanky.
Whatever it is, it's not gonna. It's gonna go down. Whatever it is, it's gonna die.
Oh,
at the same time, though, land battle. Wait, no, it's E-Mobs. They're out.
They got out. They ran. And Vortex loses the whole mass that he pushed forward with.
Just in time. Oh my God. Oh, what is this game? We're getting so many highlights from one game.
Villagers starting to rebuild the outpost. I think one of them needs to actually help torch the ram, maybe.
Oh, it's gonna survive.
Oh my.
This is why I love moving out. I'm just gonna say it now that we get a really good game in order to confirm the argument, but I love these chaotic games.
I can assure you B and Vortex are both pissed off right now. They are hating this game.
Probably. In their position, I would probably hate the game too. We love it though. It's a treat for the viewers. I've not seen any like not entertaining games on moving out yet.
Oh my gosh. Well, B, his dock emplacements, they're trying to help out defend this location, but here comes the naval fleet. Villagers once again dying on those wood lines near his home. I'm surprised there's any villagers on these wood lines at home with how thin those wood lines are getting.
Yeah. Wait, what? That one wood line is just incredibly thin right now.
Yeah,
Dude,
Vortex is about to be through.
What if Vortex
Landmark
chops
snipes.
through, goes
Just
for
landmark
landmark snipe, and be just in time H's up?
I mean, if you're Vortex, what if you just started dropping rams behind us right now? Just ram. You come through with like 6
100%.
rams. But
Just
no,
pull all the villagers.
it's not going to matter soon as B will be dropping Castle Age. Again, he's doing this like he's actually able to produce a good amount of defenses, but demo ships just connect hugely for Vortex. Needs to start demo shipping in between the 2 docks. That's exactly what he's about to do. Demos pop out for B. One gets taken down. Villagers coming to help protect. Will there be another return demo ship from Vortex? Villagers? Oh no. Are we gonna see it happen again? No.
Oh, he's gonna take care of that. He's gonna know.
He knows better.
Vortex. He doesn't want to have that happen to him.
And that's the dock emplacements end up just adding up with the damage. Same thing with B having his reinforcements pop out right there.
Vortex, he's starting to add up a lot of units on land now. More rams coming in once again. Double ram getting produced. Where's he gonna go with them? Where are the rams coming in right now? I'm wondering. Is it gonna be all the way on his corner in the island, or is it gonna be in the middle island? Doesn't look like it's in the middle
It looks like
island.
it's on his corner.
Yeah.
The chop through is definitely through.
Oh, he's got the transport ship there though.
Transport ship is there. B finally starting to push out of his little corner of the water again.
Transport onto middle island, take down landmarks.
I mean, B, he was so close to castle a little bit ago. It still feels like he's close, but has to make more and more naval ships or else he will lose all of the water.
Yeah, that's true. It's something that you just always have to reinvest into. Outpost up at the front side. If you put villagers inside that with the emplacement, it starts doing an absurd amount of damage.
Yep, that outpost just provides so much extra value for himself. Still has that good spring-on ships fleet. Takes out another demo. There's a few more demos circling around the backside. Dock emplacements. Able to help take down one and demo trades with the others.
Fortification about to come in on that outpost as well. Oh, the military is pushing onto B side on land.
With the Rams are making the long journey up to the top, but B, he's got a little bit of a mass there already. He is going to see it, does spot it out. He was actually starting to move out himself, felt good about it. Demo ships coming through. Both players have to be paying attention to both locations at all times. Rams pushing forward. There's still some Keshiks.
Inside the outpost.
All the Keshiks on the front side about to get cleared up. It is just the archers left now from VortiX against Sapai. Just like you said, it is about to be a clean wipe of those archers with that mass. B gonna clean up it on land and on the sea. B is pushing forward there as well.
Oh my god. And it's still we're still in fuel age behind this. B, he reinvested a massive amount into the fuel age now. Now he's far away from it again, from Castle Age.
But he wins the fight on two fronts. He clears up the whole entire landmass. He clears up a good amount of the naval fleet, pushing forward, securing his own base at home, taking down the outposts. And now is when he can go for the throat, whether it's castle, whether it's drops on the middle island, because those wood lines are basically gone, or just not allowing VortiX to go anywhere with water.
Remass coming in on the archers here. This is starting to feel like... I mean, VortiX, he still has a lot of docks, right, with emplacements. So it's going to be tough for B to do too much damage to him. And now he's got some outposts there as well. So damage.
He's taking the fight again on two fronts, but demo ships closing the gap onto some hulks, able to close down, kill, what, 2-3 of those sprinkled ships. A few more of the demos rallying forward. B trying to kite him on out, and kite him out he does.
A demo ship gets picked off there. VortiX moving back for the time being. That's actually have enough units set to continue the push. Let's respect the situation. Nope.
Too many outposts, no siege there on the bottom side for B, and by siege I mean no Rams to be able to take down those outposts, so didn't want a full dive. And now VortiX moving forward with more villagers, needs another gold location. He outmined all of that gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. He has a market, right? So he was probably trading out resource time and time again. He's got so much wood in the bank as well. Oh, no.
All of his fishing's about to go down. No, B got double dock drop with emplacement. Blow it up!
You notice it? Too late!
Oh, another 6, 7, 8 fishing boats go down. The dock's already somewhat low health, about 3/4 of the way, and oh my villagers.
You're getting really close, but the archer ship, it can see it. It can see the villagers.
Oh, nope. Don't try to repair the dock. Do not try to repair the dock.
Oh, if this was an old demo ship, all of these villagers would have been down.
Triple click it? Yeah, absolutely. Every single one's gone.
Oh, man. This game is crazy. This game is absolutely crazy, but it feels like B, he's in a really good position right now. Landmark that he has as well just gives him so much access to food. He's got a second TC as well. Come on. I didn't even notice that. B put up a second TC probably a good while ago. Brent, he destroyed he killed 44 workers this game.
He has been killing so so much. He's been, I will say, like, felt like losing some military trades here and there. We saw crazy back and forth, but now it's to the point where B just has too much of a lead for them to be able to do anything. VortiX trying to do some cheesy play again with the Falcon scouting across the middle. I think the cheesy play he needs to go for is a landmark snipe.
Yeah, I agree. While both players are still in feudal age, like, but it's not something that you really think about when you're like playing at the moment. But Vortex, he had like 1,000 wood. What if it was just like 6-7 rams inside of his base?
That, I mean, B would not have the resources to drop castle and react. He would have to out repair. He'd have to somehow try to get villagers back, try to pull his ships back to hope to range the rams or do something. But that is not the play. We're seeing another mass that VortiX tried to push up with get cleared by the Sipahi, and more of the fishing boats, and not just the fishing boats, the military mass, the naval fleet, the docks at home. VortiX finally throws in the towel. What a crazy moving out game.
Oh my god, I love this map. Watching it, that is. Playing, not so much, but man, what a crazy back and forth. Vortex, I mean, it felt really good on Waterframe in between, but B just clawing his way back, didn't go for the greedy castle age behind it, and looking at the economy count, at the end just gets the better trades time and time again, and all of these things add up. B is now going to be on match point.
I mean, this series is living up to the hype. I mean, we thought we had some cool series, some cool games earlier on, and then all of a sudden we get games like that.
Yeah, it's a crazy map, but crazy maps do tend to lead to crazy games, and I think this one definitely delivered. Next up, it's going to be Cliffside. Only 30 seconds until we're jumping into the next game, not giving these players any pause here. And it's going to be Rus versus Delhi. It's going to be an interesting one here on Cliffside.
Delhi's always
we'll see like a Kremlin in the middle.
Yeah, now I mean, if that were B maybe, but B's the one on Delhi. I feel like VortiX is just going to play it more normal, and B, he's the one that, you know, I know he has always been a Delhi fiend himself, and it's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, 100%. Let's jump right into that one. Welcome, everyone, to our fourth game in this set between VortiX and B. We're here on Cliffside. This time, we got VortiX playing as the Rus and B, the Yellow, playing as the Delhi Sultanate.
Starting to see these scouting patterns, these earlier builds, what they have in store and planned for themselves.
Yeah, typically a lot of the sheep on this map do tend to be either behind a player's base or usually there's like 4 to 6 sheep around the neutral markets on this map.
Yeah, so let's...
That's typically where you want to go with your scout, and it's double hunting cabin opening here for VortiX.
Nice little spots for those hunting cabins. That'll give them some nice little gold generation throughout these earlier points in the game and throughout.
Yeah. Playing up against the Delhi Sultanate, I still feel, I stand by the decision that like a Kremlin on the middle sacred side could be a very good play. Not only do you deny a sacred site immediately, you also get a lot of vision, because the Kremlin immediately gets every single upgrade on it, meaning that not only do you get like the castle turret emplacement as well as arrow slits, but you also get the line of sight emplacement on it, which isn't really an emplacement, but like an upgrade that you get per outpost, where you double its line of sight. So it's like having a semi-imperial palace.
Yeah, it would provide an unbelievable amount of vision, but is it worth the walking time and losing that early wood economy that you can just get boosted on the wood line? Yeah, there's a little small wood line he could probably gather from and maybe extend the range out to the next one, but still feels like that would be some extra investment and resources he'd be losing.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe if you go for like an all-in mass archer type approach with Rus, that's not typically something that you do with Rus against Delhi, though. Definitely could just be the normal Golden Gate approach here. Fast castle, mass cav archers, and try to win with that.
Dome of the Faith on the way for B, and VortiX is dropping the Golden Gate. It is not a forward Kremlin, unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
We're all sad.
Yeah, could have been a Kremlin rush even on the gold from B, and then you take his wood line.
Now we're talking here. And these are the builds we want.
These are the builds live from the ladder.
But Feudal Ages will be coming through in just a little bit, and we will see if VortiX does want to try to just jump on in and skyrocket up to the Castle Age, go with some of that Horse Archer play, Cav Archer play, or if he's going to try to do some early contestant of the Sacred Sites and not allow B to get any of this map control.
Yeah, Sacred Sites for Delhi, it's so strong in combination with the Dome of Faith because you get just so many scholars out very early on. You only need 2 villagers on gold in order to get an incredible amount of them. Just this constant production up on the Dome of Faith. And once you hit that 7-minute mark, all of a sudden you start tapping all 3 Sacred Sites at the same time. Chances are your opponent doesn't have enough military to evenly split off the military onto every single one of them.
It's why, Gazis are just such a strong play for the Delhi because of that mobility, and they're just not like the normal horsemen either. They're just, that little one-up of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that they do 1 more damage. It's not that they do 2 more damage. They do 3 more damage per hit and additional +2 versus armored units. So even if VortiX goes for like knights, he probably won't be able to create them quickly enough, mass them quickly enough to be able to get control over the Sacred Sites.
Yep, exactly. And B is already doing the Delhi things, which is scholars and some more scholars. So has 2 in queue. I'm not sure what production he's going for earlier, if it's just going to be some blacksmiths. There it is. It's Ghazi's. That's expected. When are the blacksmiths going to come in? Is it going to go double? And what kind of control do we got from there? But Pro Scouts is on the way. Not surprising.
Yeah. Pro Scouts is the meta at the moment, so makes sense for VortiX to go for that, especially when you're up against the Delhi Sultanate, right? Because Delhi, they naturally get the Pro Scout upgrade in for free, and we do see B prioritizing the Pro Scout upgrade from his mill. So if you're able to at least secure your own deer, you're gonna be in a much better position otherwise.
Scouting around, circling to see what VortiX has planned, if there's any production, making sure that the stone wasn't being gathered like Roos, used to always be the 2 TC Roos, but once Golden Gates dropped, not so much anymore. It's been all about that Pro Scouts into most of the time fast castle play.
Yeah. There we go. Deer are being collected. Gazi Raider, not quite in time, so 700 food is going to go over to Vortex's TC. Now Vortex will, at the very least, need a knight in order to be able to deal with these Gazi Raiders. It's going to take a while, and yeah, we see the correct play. The barracks reaction coming in as well.
And barracks coming down for B as well. You already talked about it earlier. The knights, you can't produce them fast enough to keep up with the Gazis who get that extra bonus damage against heavy. B's already got 4 Gazi out. I mean, if VortiX moves out on the map with the knight, it's just going to die.
Yeah.
Up to 5 scholars, but 1 is in the stables, about to be a 6th, and another deer being ferried back home. The others forced away, though, from the reinforcing Gazis.
Yeah. Gazi Raider once again finding some of these scouts. We're only on 1 knight, 1 spearman, but he's already up to 6 scholars behind this. So the upgrades are going to be coming in super quick here, and he'll be able to just start picking up the Sacred Sites now. Has already gotten Sanctity in.
This is just the crazy thing whenever you're playing against Delhi, watching Delhi, whatever the sort may be. It's like, you're like, oh, okay, wow, that's a lot of military. I got to respect that. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, and now they're getting the Sacred Sites. Okay, I got to deny. And now they're Castle Age. And now all these upgrades are coming in for free. It's just, it combines together so well.
It does. It really, really does. And behind this, B is about to finish Pro Scouts as well. Doesn't have any additional scouts out yet. But I mean, with efficient production, he's going to be able to get them in really, really quickly. Second sacred site now also being started to be captured up.
Yeah, just now made that swap into spears and scouts now, so probably going to secure up in a few of the deer for himself right off the bat, and then might go for more of the contested deer packs, most likely the most north one.
Yeah.
There's that sacred site being secured. Knight trying to go deny it, but it's not just a scholar there.
The top side.
Oh, this wall is going to be great for the denial of the pro scouts.
Yeah, you're right. The deer are behind it as well.
It's going to make them path super weird. It's going to make it way easier to close the gap, to reinforce, like, you know, position your spears where the knights are right now later on, and just not allow any exit path for Vortex.
Yeah, Vortex now adding in archers as well, so just trying to get as many units out as possible. All the different unit counters. Gazi Raiders have to be a little bit careful here. Ooh, the brace!
And then
Gazi Raider goes
and
down.
a wall in the center as well. Oh, this is so frustrating and annoying.
Yeah, it's tough, right, when you're up against the Delhi like this. And now B, he's going to be getting almost 400 gold per minute on top of everything else. Scouts also getting intercepted. One is going to go down.
Yep, triple sacred sites just flowing in for B. And this is where he can drop a market. He can just drop another mosque, build even more scholars and throw them into the mosque because his Dome of the Faith is already going to be filled on up. And he's really not even going to know what to do with the gold income he's got.
Yeah. Knight was able to pick off a scholar there. B isn't producing any of them at the moment. We're seeing a switch into archers from B as well. So it looks like he wants to stick around in the feudal age. We'll have to take a look at his base then and see if he has decided to drop a market, because if he's sticking around in feudal age, definitely will want to have that market to be able to produce more units. And indeed, the market is coming up now. So could definitely think about doubling down when it comes to the feudal age play.
Yeah, and I mean, all of that gold, you got to use it somewhere. He does indeed buy some food, it looks like. Maybe bought some wood as well. And fights now starting to happen.
A little bit early.
A little bit early indeed. Gazi's, though, not connecting onto the spears yet. Everything's kind of all split off from B, just taking the fight early and not grouped and not together.
Should have made... Oh, more Gazi reinforcements coming in, though.
Spears, great positioning by Vortex, though. Able to circle around the backside. Others, Gazis, circle around on top of the archers. But look at all the Gazis!
They're down so quickly.
I mean, it's what happens when you go spears into... If you dive your horsemen into spears, it's the same thing.
Yeah. And B, I mean, he had the resource, right? He got the market up. But he just took the fight before he was able to get his units out onto the field. And Vortex with the pro scouts, like, he had the resource and he is making units non-stop.
Yep, and they both are going to be in this position, but now B, he lost his advantage. It felt like he had, you know, military numbers were somewhat even. If he had just waited a little bit before losing 10, 15 units inefficiently, might be a little bit different, but Vortex takes the fight when he needs to, and great closure. Now starting to deny the sacred sites and the walls.
Vortex looks like he's in a phenomenal spot right now. Lots of archers, lots of knights, more in queue as well. Remass onto the scouts, so we'll probably want to get the deer at the top side, which B is also still walling off further and further. All sacred sites have been decapped.
All sacred sites decapped. Feel like this is one where the Gazis, like B's, somehow gotten close to equalizing the military numbers, but you can't forget there's 8 scholars into the mix still. So trying to pick off reinforcing units, trying to make sure no more deer get ferried on home, trying to, you know, delay some of that roost food income that he's gotten. Oh no. Vortex is diving the base. He saw that Gazi mass pushing forward. Might have been a little too early though. Decides not to go all the way for it. Villagers just standing there with some of those wood planks in their hands.
Yeah, B didn't have enough wood in order to drop another lumber camp on the other wood line, so he has to recommit to that one.
Goes back onto the normal wood line again, pushes a few more archers back, trying to take down a knight as well. So both of these players, I mean, just like the last game, back and forth, 2 different kind of points that these players are fighting at.
Archers in enough mass, able to take down some of the Gazi raiders. VortiX. There hasn't been any villager kills in this game, but it looks like B had some idle time on the TC as these 2 villagers behind now.
Indeed, looks like mining camp almost burnt to the ground. No gold really being gathered up other than, I think, hunting cabins for VortiX. Got denied off of that, so less knight.
I mean, he does still have that golden gate, so if he really needs the gold, right? Like, he can always exchange a ticket or 2.
Yeah. Knight still circling around. It's crazy that 0 villager kills have happened with this much cav roaming and raiding and trying to find connections. More attempted forward walls. Another scout gets taken down. Gazi's, another one falls, another 2, and almost a 3rd.
Yeah. An archer count. I mean, VortiX, he's up to 30. B at 17 at the moment. He's got a lot of scholars, and with this many scholars, you kind of do want to go for the castle age transition, as you'll be getting in so many techs for free, and very quickly as well with this many scholars.
Problem is, I feel like if he goes castle, he dies.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we know what type of VortiX player is. He likes to all in. He likes these timing pushes, and I think he knows he has the timing to do this now. Mass is huge. B is kind of on the back foot here.
Has one side walled off, though. So this runaround isn't going to work, at least not immediately, but VortiX, he's going to go the long side around from the looks of it. Gazi Raiders also trying to take a long way around, trying to go for a pick-off here. VortiX not giving him that opportunity, though.
Yeah, B doing a great job continuing to stall out this game, though. It felt like he was, at a really scary positioning point, and now VortiX falls back yet again with this mass, and B is getting more and more and more time to stabilizing it.
Yeah. And we can't forget that VortiX doesn't have any eco upgrades other than wheelbarrow. B has gotten all of them in for free. So economy should be fairly even, considering that VortiX with Ruse obviously has some bonuses going for him.
Yep. B just went idle with 14 villagers. Not sure exactly what that is, but Gazi.
The high trade house.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the high trade house on the way. Gazi's still causing some more idle time, some more annoyance. There's so many spears!
And in a great position as well. VortiX just absolutely making sure there's no damage being done to him by these Gazi Raiders.
Really, really good positioning by VortiX's army, and High Trade House is about to finish here in a little bit, and B is nowhere close to dropping castle.
That's going to become very, very difficult, not only not even close to castle age, but doesn't have a sizable military lead.
Upgrades on the way for VortiX, and his come, he has to pay for his, but they come a little bit quicker. And now B has the decision.
Quicker asterisk.
At first, I guess I should say.
In certain conditions.
In certain conditions. And now B has the choice, does he double down or does he make the transition now to start trying to get to castle himself? But he's at 160 food per minute.
Walls coming in. Spearmen find the knights. Sacred Sites being captured up once again. B suddenly, he sent a lot of villagers out to gold. He sent a lot of villagers out to gold.
He's just using the market to buy the food. Look at that.
He is. That's crazy. That is crazy. But the question is, can he hold this next push? Because Pierce Armor 2 is also coming in. There's already so many armored units up for VortiX.
He's able to resecure the sacred sites. He's trying to do some more raiding, trying to cause some more annoyance. He needs to stall this out as long as he can. Able to pick off a few of those spears. Didn't look like VortiX has the typical mass that he had back like before. He's pushing forward. He's deciding to try to end this himself. But now this is becoming more of a death push. House of Learning on the way. Don't know where it's being built. Is it in a safe location? Yes, it is. Archers jump inside, do a little town center swap to the other side. Spears on the way to try to help protect this.
He doesn't have enough. Oh, this is going to be a cleanup. Knights pulling back onto the archers.
Spears taking the fight, but the archers are there as well. Just going to clear out that whole massive B before he can defend this up. He's still trying to kite this out. House of Learning only a quarter of the way, getting closer to half. Spear mass almost like it's nothing.
A lot of the knights are weak, but it's still armored units. He's getting some villager kills. VortiX not really killing villagers, but that's not what he needs to do. He just needs to kill military. Needs to make sure that B doesn't have any standing army here. As soon as that's done, he can just start diving. B with the... I mean, maybe elephants? One or two more elephants?
I still don't think it's going to be enough. House of Learning finishes.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of villager kills.
I mean, it's do or die now for B. He's got like a minute or two or else it's over. There's nothing. If the game extends, VortiX still just has too much. And I still think, yeah.
It's going to be called. GG gets called. And that means we're going to have a game 5 between B and VortiX now.
A game 5 indeed. Going all the way to the extended series here. Look at the APM so close to each other. Maxville so close to each other. Eco killed so close. It didn't feel like that when we were watching the game, though.
Yeah. I'm so happy with the games that we're getting to cast here today because none of these sets has been close. None of these sets have been a 3-0 today.
Yeah, and I feel like this is one of those that usually the first big weekend of the past the qualifiers and into the tourneys, it's usually a lot of, not to say it's a bad thing, but usually there's a fair amount of 3-0s just because you're getting the more tilted matchups, rank 1 versus low rank. But
yeah,
these players living up to expectations. They've putting in the work. They are looking clean and no.
Yeah, that. So, yeah, I mean, Mali is insanely good. Mali here is insanely good against Abbasid. Just probably the best civilization that you can pick against Abbasid. Let me quickly lock in my bet.
Oh gosh.
There we go.
Hopefully B has not been practicing with Anatan, and he doesn't decide to go for 2TC Mali as well.
Yeah, we're getting the 2TC fast Farimba play against Abbasid. Let's go. Yeah, all in on B with this one. It's looking too good for the Mali here. Oh my god, okay, never mind. Somebody figured it out.
125 on VortiX.
Easy points if you bet on B.
Yeah, so this is quite the matchup here. We saw it earlier today. Anatan tried some 2TC play against Scarlet Devil, and it didn't turn out too well. It went in a
direction. Yeah.
So now, game decider.
We're jumping right into it.
We're in it. Game number 5, B versus VortiX. It is Abba versus Mali. VortiX has the Abba, and B has Mali.
Man, okay. And with the bets about to end, I think it's time to drop the truth bomb here. No, this matchup is not favored for the Malians.
Oh, who's surprised? Hopefully they were watching the earlier cast.
Oh, no. Anyways. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is an incredibly tough one for the Malians. We're going to have to see if B has a plan here to pull off against VortiX. Maybe VortiX goes for military wing if B's lucky.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe B goes for no, it's not gonna happen now. It's gonna say like Dark Age Donzo. Just change it up, do something different.
VortiX built soda over his keyboard. These things
a tree
can
falls
happen.
On the power lines.
Yeah, these things that has happened before. That has happened before in Age of Empires 4 Pro Play.
Indeed it has, but I don't know if it'll happen this game. Outline of the House of Wisdom already dropped. VortiX making sure that he doesn't forget to finish that on up. Next villager should jump out and start tapping it away. 4 house opening.
Houses.
Okay.
Okay, something else, something a little bit different. Usually we go all the way up to 6 houses. House of Wisdom coming in for VortiX behind this. I like that he already had like the blueprint down for it.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times now in the series today. We saw Byzantines going ahead. I think it was B went ahead and put the outline of the cisterns down, you know, just saving himself some timing. 12 sheep under the town center for Vortex. As Abbott, you don't really care, but you won't complain.
Indeed, indeed. Now we're gonna see, and it is actually gonna be military wing here for VortiX. Okay.
And it's not the trade network, so he's not doing the Anatan build over here. Mansequari on the way.
Getting options. Yeah, we're getting options. If this is a game that's going to be a little bit more feudal age centered, I wouldn't count Mali out.
You're absolutely correct. Vortex, though, has a nice second TC base layout as well. Like, he can easily get some nice walls down and some back resources for himself. Double berries on the backside. Obviously, B's got that backside gold as well to expand a second pit mine whenever he decides to do that.
Yeah, that's a great second gold position there. Ooh, good amount of sheep coming in for Vortex. How many sheep has Vortex? I think I already saw like a lot underneath his TC, but he just found 6.
I'm gonna guess 18 total.
Yeah, he's got like 12 there, so 8, right on the money, 18 total. What's the sheep count for B? Did you count? Did you count hands in the casino?
He hovered over the 12 sheep earlier, so I remembered.
Okay.
You know, I can look smart as a caster every now and then. B circle around scouting out. He'll be able to see the House of Wisdom, see that it's military wing, not eco wing, so might change up his game plan from there.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has to. Just looking at the wood lines that you have on this map, right? Like, no wood line is in range of your TC. Well, this one sort of is a little bit, but you get the gist, point. Right? Like, they're far away. They're far away from the TC.
It's called Baldlands for a reason. B, though, he scouts it out. He's already dropping that range. He'll be able to react to that very, very easily. I wonder, I mean, he could just go with Javelin thrower, but in reality, I feel like Archer's still the better play. Just make 3 Archers and call it a day.
The issue in any cases, if you go for Archers or just an archery range, you're not really gonna have the like tools in order to siege down anything inside your opponent's base. I think you want to just go for the Javelin throwers baseline, mainly because with Javelin throwers you can still make something happen in your opponent's base, because they can like snipe villagers out a good bit quicker. But it is gonna be Archers.
Yep, first Archer's out. He just needs 3 to deter this push, but not if he takes some bad trades. Oh, watch out for town center fire, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous. If he takes 1 volley, first house already burning.
Warriors.
Oh, he's almost pop cap.
Scout coming on in. Another house being built. He is indeed pop capped for the time being, but 2 houses actually get fast built, so not too big of a deal there. A little bit of idle time, maybe. I think 5-10 seconds.
Second TC is going up for VortiX behind this now.
And this is one that I'm actually surprised by the choice of location by it. Like, yeah, obviously I talked about that location being great. I didn't expect him to drop a TC there. Usually you want it in range of all your House of Wisdom to kind of get that bonus as fast as possible for the first initial 10 buildings, but he's not going to have the 15% gather rate that quick, right?
Yeah.
He 1, 2, 3.
It's very far away. No, it's gonna take a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna have it right now.
I think another 2 buildings.
Yeah, something like that on those lines. Can quickly check.
He's trying to extend it out. He still need 1 more production building after that.
Yeah. He's getting a mill next to the TC as well. Oh, it's actually double berries there in the back for VortiX.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like awesome location, and
yeah,
but does extend the House of Wisdom on out. So Once
That should
those
be
two,
enough.
Yep, that'll be enough. Had a plan the whole time.
Exactly, all as planned, and there we go. Golden Age 1 is in, so 15% more, or rather quicker, gathering now unlocked for Vortex.
And the big thing here from B is, what is his plan going to be? We see the first cattle ranch starting to have some cows get put into it.
Yeah, that position is a little bit
odd. I was wondering the same. Like, where is he going to build the Grand Filani if he does that?
Is he gonna? I mean, why would you make cattle in feudal age if you don't? But I mean, it's now it's going up over here. Okay, maybe.
You know what? We'll check back in a little bit later on that base.
It'll take a time. Maybe B isn't sure himself at the moment, right?
It's going to come into shape. It's going to come into shape here.
Yeah, it'll work out. Horsemen coming in now. Horsemen don't work that well against warrior scouts because warrior scouts regenerate health. You can just run and regenerate. But there's still a couple of spearmen out. Archery range also been added for Vortex.
And it's not just a few warrior scouts. He's already pumped that number up to 6. He's already got that archer number up to 5. So as long as he can scout those few or snipe those few spears away, the warrior scouts can really do a lot more damage. Do what they want to. Do those pokes and prods and then run on away.
He killed the sheep behind Vortex's scout and just picked it up with pro scouts. You can actually pick up sheep with pro scouts.
Just might as well, you know.
Yeah. It's free real estate.
All right, wheelbarrow coming on into play. And I think that's a first sofa in queue for B.
Yeah, one sofa out there, so is going to have a good front line up against those horsemen. Pro Scouts also coming in behind that. Every single deer, 350 food, so you're definitely getting a lot.
Yeah, and not only that, he already has a few of those cows in the cattle ranches for himself, so the economic deficit isn't really felt as bad for him right now. He's 5 cows in the ranches.
Yeah. There's a good bit of passive food, but behind this, I mean, just looking at Vortex's income, right? It's like at 1.3k at the moment. Bees is more at like 1.1k.
Yep, those little bit of eco differences. Looks like gold is about to be trying to get forced off of over here. Outpost location, maybe not the best spot.
Yeah. We're also just now seeing the first pit mine, like the second pit mine being added in now on the back gold. So it took his time with that one.
Yep, villagers again continually being idled out slowly here and there. Just it's all of this starts to add up, especially when Vortex has an extra TC pumping behind this.
That's a lot of posturing going on. Do we have a barracks yet from Vortex? Doesn't look like it. Still a lot more archers being added in. That's a ton of villagers in gold. So I'm guessing Vortex behind this. Get the blacksmith upgrades and just age up behind that? Like,
he's so just now getting survival tech.
I mean, he might have still been on sheep for the most part, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
I hear ram.
We do hear ram, and that sounds like a Vortex play if I know a Vortex play. Great surround on that one scout. He's about to do it again to the next scout, and B reacts quicker to that one.
Okay.
And the other one, he just says, all right, drop it and roll. He picks it up with the other one, though. He's trying.
This is why Pro Scouts is so annoying. Especially with Warrior Scouts as well.
If you got the APM to do it, you can really show your APM and how good you can be with that micro. But micro no more. I mean, now you got to answer to this push. Ram is onto the houses. He can wait for a few of them to get taken down, but obviously doesn't want to. That's all a little bit of passive income that adds up, and Vortex is about to click tassel during this push.
Yeah. That is absolutely insane. He could even cancel the upgrade that he's researching right now and just go immediately.
I mean, he doesn't need to.
He does have a lot of villagers in gold, so it's just like a couple seconds, right? Doesn't make a big difference now for him.
Yeah, especially as he's winning this push and knows he can continue to win that push if ranged armor comes through with archers trying to be the main kiting unit from B.
We got so many sofas out at the moment, though. 7 sofas, 4 more in queue. That's a big investment, and it's going to take a while for the castle age to come through, but once it's through, if B doesn't have a way to, like, age up himself shortly after, it's going to be really, really tough for him. Archers, not quite enough here.
And more houses just getting taken down. The awkward outpost not even being focused, because why would you? The houses are more important right now.
Pierce armor isn't in yet. So
and
a little bit hesitant to take a fight without it.
Just now finishes it up, but maybe he says, all right, I got enough damage there. Now let me just wait out the eco wing. If I get the upgrades on these horsemen, get the upgrades on these archers, then those feudal age sofa, not really worth much. Those feudal age archers, not really worth much.
You need imported armor on them in order to really get good use out of them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That's a lot of villagers out on the wood line. This is Baldland starting to get a little bit vulnerable over here.
Yeah.
Well, Vortex just running on by.
Still guarding the deer there. Yeah, horsemen don't have that much line of sight, so it looks like Vortex didn't actually see those villagers on the wood line. Vortex could go for another castle age right after.
That's just ABBA for you.
Yeah, not having to use any villager idle time in order to actually get the age up in. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, why would I not, you know, go ahead and transition in knights? Maybe. We'll see. Oh, no, it's Gulams and Lancers.
How many cattle do we have for B?
I'm going to guess 9.
How's the back of his base look like?
I'm going to guess 9.
No, he invested all of his gold into the sofas.
It's even worse. He's about to age up. Congrats.
And it's going to be for Rimba age up. You can't make your sofas or your, you know, archers better with the Farimba.
Maybe he'll...
Freeborn? He's gonna need barracks.
Alright, so sofa circle. Quick reaction from Vortex. Just no, didn't even take any damage. Just saw the big yellow blob on his map and said, nope, no, sir.
You think yellow is a tough color to react to, but no, Vortex just reacted to it instantly.
Now starting to push forward, just going to leave a few reinforcements here with the Lancers, with the Gulams. Easily can clean up, and even more importantly, a camel rider can easily clean up that one single sofa.
Osman chasing the scouts. Age up now has come through for B as well. Yeah, Farimba doesn't really provide him with anything here at the moment. Veterancy comes in on the archers.
No!
Horsemen on the villagers.
Return raid coming through with Vortex's horsemen. B tried to do the same on the other side, but Vortex reacted yet again. Sofa are diving, maybe getting a few kills, but they are not veterancy. They are not imported armor Sofa yet, so still taking a lot of return fire. And Vortex just has such an economic lead and has been Castle Age a little longer, so has that tech advantage too. Composite bows is about to be online.
Yeah, with composite bows, these archers, like B, can't keep up when it comes to archer versus archer count. Not just the count, but the damage throughput. 1.25 attack speed compared to 1.62.
I mean,
Vortex archers attack almost half a second faster.
Such a big difference here, and he needs a lot more than just archers over on B's side.
It's not in yet. It's not in yet.
No, this is, before the imported armor comes through, so those archers with the fast attack speed shredding on those Sofa. Vortex has more reinforcements coming to the front side. Camel Riders will provide a debuff to all those Sofa as well, and they just now arrive. 20% less damage there for the few Sofa that are left. This is all but over. B tried his best. Unfortunate matchup here, and Vortex just played a clean ABBA game to close this one out, as I don't see a way back in it. B's trying the best he can. Archer's kiting back under the town center. Gulam running forward, and he's about to be full idled.
Yeah. Villagers can't gather anymore from the deer underneath his TC. There's no upgrades coming in for him, at least we're still missing out the poison arrows. And the Sofa, they took the fight before the imported armor came in.
By the time the poison arrows would come through, the archers are all going to be dead.
Cattle evacuating. Trying to at least die close to the TC.
Villagers trying to circle around, trying to cause as much delay as possible, but town center fire is nothing at this point. VortiX is just on top of every single unit. B's total population count 59 right now, just continuing to fall and drop and drop.
Yeah. And while I want to say, like, Pro Scouts is the meta in many situations, I don't think it is the meta against the Abbasid. Their economy is just still way too strong. If you're gonna go for the eco play, choose a different civ to do it up against, because Abbasid, that's their territory.
Yeah, especially when they get double berry pack, and it just was so easy for their food economy. It matches up to the deer essentially, but not having to give that extra eco to pay for pro scout and more scouts from it.
I mean, the writing's on the wall.
He's trying to do what he can. I get it. It's a tournament game. He doesn't want to end. He still thinks he might have a chance. A few different pockets of villagers working the best they can, but there is no chance. We have that God vision. We can see what's going on. There's not a chance back in it. 8 military, 20 idle vills. There's a ton of... Oh, no.
He's finding him.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
We go, more archers still coming in. B, it's time. It is time. There's just no way to come back. Sofa's coming through, but at this point, it's not really a chance for him to do it. Looks like he evacuates villagers around the other side. Tries to still get out, but it's just a big mass from VortiX just coming through time and time again. VortiX still has so many resources in the bank as well. Like, he can just reinforce this indefinitely.
Oh yeah, there's this is that ABBA, sweet spot. Look at the queue. He's got 6 spears, 5 lancers, 6. I mean, he's got everything he wants in queue. Meanwhile, B struggling to produce anything at all. And here comes another TC dive.
Yeah, and there's just no way. We've talked about it time and time. There's just no way. Villagers, they're just gonna get taken down more and more now. I think he still has a lot of villagers in the gold mine in the back, but there we go. GG comes in. We went all the way to a 5-game set here, but in the end, VortiX, in a very good matchup, able to win it out.
And I mean, look at the resources gathered. Obviously, a lot of that's going to be towards the last couple minutes where B basically has no villagers working other than, like you said, 15, 20 villagers snuck on that back gold vein. But just overall, that's the ABBA Eco online, doubled the Maxville count.
Yeah. I mean, at the end as well, it's not just the resource gathered, but also the resources saved, because VortiX, he doesn't have to pay full price for his villagers, right? Out of 2 TC.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just one where you said about the pro scouts, it's just dangerous to go pro scouts against ABBA. It lets them have their timing play. It lets them have that second TC come up in the perfect position that they want. Their House of Wisdom influence extended on out to get the gather speed, and then all of a sudden the TC's already paid off by the time you're attempting to bring some deer on home.
Yeah. At this point, the A-job has come through. B just tried to go for at least a couple of raids with the Sofas remaining. Didn't work out. Horseman managed to kill a couple of villagers here. Not that many, but it's enough. The villager lead is pretty solid here at this point. Sofa idling out a lot of the villagers. Maybe that is why B thought that he could maybe still come back in this one, but This is the fight where everything went south after. Imported armor not yet in on the sofa, so it dies super quickly, even to the archers here.
Yeah, it's just so crazy watching Sofa fight before they have imported armor and after. It's just a whole different unit.
It is. It goes from horseman to knight, basically.
And this is one where Vortex, this is the beginning of the end. You can already see the eco count at the top. You can see the military count. He's just circling around, spreading his units out, killing as many villagers as he can see. But the more important thing is the idle time and nothing able to really produce for B. As the units pop out, they immediately get sniped. And really, really fun series. But